India, a land of vibrant colors, ancient traditions, and a history stretching back millennia. For centuries, India stood as a beacon of knowledge and prosperity. It was a cradle of civilizations. The Indus Valley civilization flourished here, leaving behind a legacy of advanced urban planning. India's emperors, like Ashoka the Great, left their mark on the world. They promoted peace and spread Buddhism far and wide. India's riches were legendary. Spices, silks, and precious stones flowed from its ports. These treasures traveled along ancient trade routes connecting India to the world. The Silk Road, a network of land routes, carried these goods westwards. This brought immense wealth to India. The aroma of Indian spices filled the palaces of Europe. This prosperity did not go unnoticed. European powers, eager for a share of these riches, began to look east. They sought new sea routes to bypass the traditional land routes controlled by the Ottomans. The fall of Constantinople, a major trading hub in 1453, further fueled this desire. The stage was set for a new chapter in India's history, one marked by the arrival of European powers. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves across Europe. It disrupted the flow of trade between East and West. Spices, once a luxury, became scarce and expensive. European powers, particularly Portugal and Spain, were determined to find a new way to access the East. Prince Henry, the navigator of Portugal, played a crucial role. He established a school of navigation. He encouraged exploration and the development of new technologies. His efforts bore fruit when Bartolomeu Dias rounded the Cape of Good Hope in 1488. This opened the way for a direct sea route to India. The race was on. European powers competed fiercely to establish their dominance in the East. They all sought the fabled riches of India. In 1498, Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama achieved what many thought impossible. He sailed around the Cape of Good Hope, crossed the Indian Ocean, and landed in Calicut on the southwestern coast of India. This historic voyage marked the beginning of direct European involvement in Indian affairs. The Portuguese, with their superior naval power, quickly established trading posts. Goa, captured in 1510, became their most important settlement. It served as a major center for the spice trade. The Portuguese enjoyed a monopoly over this lucrative trade for over a century. They amassed wealth and power, shaping the early interactions between Europe and India. However, their dominance was not to last. Section 4. The rise of the British East India Company, a quest for trade and dominance. As the 17th century dawned, other European powers, including the Dutch, French and British, arrived on the Indian scene. The British East India Company, established in 1600, emerged as a major player. Initially focused on trade, the company gradually expanded its influence. The British East India Company established trading posts in key locations. These included Madras, now Chennai, Bombay, now Mumbai, and Calcutta, now Kolkata. These cities became hubs of British commercial activity. The company secured trading privileges from Mughal emperors, who at that time ruled much of India. However, the Mughal Empire began to decline. This created a power vacuum. The British East India Company, with its own army and growing ambition, saw an opportunity to expand its influence beyond trade. Section 5. The consolidation of British power from trade to empire. The rivalry between the British and the French intensified in the 18th century. The two European powers clashed in the Carnatic Wars and the decisive Battle of Plassey in 1757. The British, led by Robert Clive, emerged victorious. This victory marked a turning point. It established the British East India Company as the dominant power in India. The British expanded their control over India through a combination of military might, political maneuvering, and economic exploitation. They defeated the Mysore kingdom in a series of wars, ending the reign of Tipu Sultan, a staunch opponent of British expansion. By the mid-19th century, the British East India Company had become the de facto ruler of much of India. The once mighty Mughal Empire was reduced to a shadow of its former self. Other European powers were left with limited territories. India's vast resources and manpower were now under British control. This marked the beginning of the British Raj, a period of British rule that would last for almost